I'm slightly sorry about the silly hat, but it's actually quite practical. And it was cheap because the last one I got was expensive and it flew away. This is where I'm at right now. This is an island just off the coast of Marseille. And I could go in there because I can see a bunch of boats, but I've got some shopping to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the island, go into the marina, moor off on one of the visitors spots, do some shopping, and then come back later today when everyone's leaving here and scoot in there and moor up there for the night, because I got a feeling it's a very calm little anchorage and it looks beautiful. I mean, geez, right? And over there is a big like cruise ship coming out of the harbor. I need to keep out of his way. And I think that's Marseille over there. And there is a lot of aquatic activity around here. So I need to pay a lot of attention. There's huge cruise liners, and then there's lots of little like ski-doos and things, and then there's pleasure cruisers. I can count about 30 objects on the water. Everything from little things to big things. But you've got to avoid all of them. So I'm new to this area and I'm a little bit new to boating. So, ooh. And also, I'm really glad that I picked this boat, because if it was any smaller than this, I mean, I'm 11.3 meters long, weighs 7 tons, 3.5 meters wide. If I picked something smaller, I'd be bouncing around all over the place, be very uncomfortable and unpleasant. And I'm at the point in my life where I like comfort. I've been at that point since I was about 15, but I really appreciate comfort a lot right now. So when I sleep at night, I don't want the boat bouncing all over the place. I want it to be nice and calm, and that's what I've got. If I bought a bigger boat, that would be even more stable, but it would cost a lot more when I went to any mooring, because the first question they ask is, how long is your boat? 11.2 meters. And they go, okay, bing. If it was 15 meters, it would cost me probably 40% more, because they just really start stacking it up, because people with big boats can afford big money. So good choice on boat, very reliable, not difficult to operate. Even I can operate this boat, but oh my God, there's a whole armada of little speedboats coming at me from right over there. Ah, I gotta go. There are so many boats around here. I mean, that's good because boats are cool, but man, this is actually fucking amazing. There's like really old castles and canoes and boats and islands and lighthouses. Crazy, crazy. Ah, there's the marina I want to get to. There's a bunch of apps that you can use if you have a boat, but the app is telling me where the entrance to the marina is, because otherwise I'm looking there. I mean, you can't tell where the freaking entrance to the marina is, but the app goes, it's here. So I'm just going by what the app's telling me, and I'm going to cruise right into that marina, and I'm going to look like a total pro. Right? There's also a time when you need to put the app down and boat, because otherwise you'll be like looking at the app going, what the fuck am I doing? And you'll hit something. This really is quite beautiful. There's a funny looking building over there. just straight ahead. So the nice lady there is sending me here, but there's a bunch of fishermen fishing right there, and she's like, shoo, shoo, go away. And I don't think they're very happy, but that's where she told me to go. I'm doing the right thing. But when I approached it, they kind of looked like, what are you doing? And so she came up and she's like, you, shoo, shoo. It's kind of funny. It's going to be a little bit tricky to get on there because there's a wind blowing directly away from it. So I need to like use a bit of boat momentum and go in quite positively, and maybe they'll catch a rope. Or maybe they'll just swing a fish hook at me, I don't know. So these fishermen guys were not happy that I showed up, and they didn't offer very much help at all. In fact, they just turned their backs on me. But now they're all pissed off because there's another boat coming in, and boats take preference over fisher people. The plan now is to stay here for a few hours. I'm gonna run into town, it's just there, and buy some groceries, and then leave, go back around the island to one of the little mooring anchorages, because this one I think is about 40 euros a night, which is quite reasonable because, you know, it's very nice, but it's 40 euros a night. And even though you just think, oh, it's just 40 euros a night, that's not much. You stay 10 nights and all of a sudden it's 400 euros. And the euro is about equivalent to the dollar right now. Not sure that I understand any of that shit, but all I know is $1 is equal to about €1, give or take some change. But don't worry, at some point in the not too distant future, the dollar will equal the pound because the pound is going down. All I need to do is a little bit of shopping, just some groceries. I'm out of beer, and I need a baguette, a fresh baguette. So I think over there is a little grocery store. Whenever I see like an older adventure boat like this one, you can't help but wonder where it's been. Where is it going? What's it gonna do? And you see these things all over the place as well. They're public art. This is a rhinoceros, but it's also a library. Isn't that cool? And there is my little boat in this beautiful harbor. I have a feeling that the next possible location for dropping the anchor could be a little bit crowded. It's just always useful to get a really good idea of where you're going before you go there, and if you can put an actual eyeball on the place, even better. I was going to fly the drone over it, but you know, I need the exercise. This is just the local ferries doing their dance so they can get into the quay over there. I'm going to go around the island to a nice little sheltered spot, which is kind of the other side of that hill over there. And that'll be my home for the next few days, just because I got a bunch of editing to do. I've been a bit slack on that. So I'm going to do that and then come back here for a day and then move on. This little island is a bit like if Catalina was only 5 kilometers off the coast of Los Angeles. So it's really popular. There's tons of little boats arriving and bigger boats and ferries and everything. It's just very busy. But it's 40 euros a night, which is cheap, but not as cheap as free. So I am gonna go off. I'm gonna go around the coast a little bit and see if I can find a nice little mooring. Place just looked a little rolling. All the boats in there were like wah 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 wah. I'm like, no, just no. I'm gonna go further around the island and see what's up. And if it all sucks, I'll just go back in the marina. Okay, this is not an ideal mooring because it's rolling around a little bit. But the forecast says that it's going to be okay in a couple hours, so that's what we're gonna do. As you can see, it's a little bit rolly. It's actually a lot bit rolly, but I think it'll settle down and I think we'll be okay. I'm trying to predict what the sea and what the weather is gonna do in the next 6 or 12 hours, whatever, is difficult. No algorithm in the freaking world is going to be able to sort that out, but I think this will be okay. So this is my temporary kind of mooring for, I don't know, maybe the night, but I might move, I'm not sure. It's kind of nice. I just moved the move puffles around because I want to maybe take a swim. That is where they filmed The Count of Monte Cristo. I am here at this funny little like anchorage. That's Marseille over there. I can sleep at this angle or this angle. It doesn't bother me. But I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. I mean, I can get to Malta, but when I get to Malta, there's still waves and there's still a swell. And unless I'm in a marina, it's kind of too much to do more than occasionally. So I don't know. I might have to revise my plan. I need to catch the ferry actually to Marseille because I got to get another booster for my my vaccination. I mean, I'm all vaccinated and stuff, but I can get another booster, so I don't see why not. And then I'm thinking of buying a computer, but I can't really afford it. Who knows? Last night wasn't great. It's very humid, very, very humid, like 78%. And there was no movement in the air at all. Boat wasn't moving around too much, but neither was the air. So it was very stuffy, and I got bitten by mosquitoes again. I don't know what it is with these mosquitoes, but I thought I'd put enough off on, but obviously I had not. And because it was just hot and sticky, and it's going to be hot and sticky today, and there's not going to be much wind, I'm actually going to go into the marina today. I was going to just go and like camp over there because it's really a super calm place, but it's going to be hot and there's not going to be a lot of wind, so I'm just going to throw on the air conditioner in the marina, and then I can get some editing done. Otherwise, you just spend the whole day sitting in this hot, rather stuffy cabin, thinking, I wish it wasn't as hot. So, as I said, I'm going to kind of wuss out and just stay in the marina. As you can see, even just the slightest bit of work just makes you soaking. It's 7 o'clock in the morning and I am just dripping with sweat. So that's why we're going back in the marina and connect the power to the actual electricity. We have a nice gentle cruise, about 1.8 kilometers that way, and then we'll be in the marina. So, it's so freaking humid. It's about 80% humidity, and it's going to get really hot today. So it's a lot easier this time because I've been in this harbour before. I know Alice, the girl who's in charge of placing boats and making sure that people don't bump into each other. And I think I know where I can park the boat. So let's get a little more speed up. Good morning.
Morning.
The gas on the boat lasts about like 6 weeks or so, and when one of them runs out, like it just did, this one, drink. What I do is I just swap it out for the new one, which is full. Don't lose these, they get really upset at you if you lose those things. In fact, they won't take it back without it. So, and then this one just fits on here, like so. And then this one goes back in here as well. And then as soon as I go past a place that sells these things, and they're about, last time I paid only like 26 euros for this. And that is how the gas works on the boat. I would kind of like to stay here a bit longer because it's a really cute little place and it's not too expensive, but I got things to do. That's the only grocery shopping in town, and it's not really a grocery store, it's just got some things like milk and iced tea and stuff, but super useful. I decided to treat myself to an ice cream. Some cookie stuff and something that doesn't really occur anywhere in nature. And I know this air conditioner thing might seem a little ghetto, but you know what? It works. It actually drops the humidity down in this cabin so much that you see, because boats are a little stuffy because they just don't have big windows. But and this boat is particularly stuffy. It could do with a big window up the front, but it doesn't have it, so whatever. But you see people like sunbathing outside because it's just too hot to go inside. But I've got work to do, and I have an air conditioner. I'm just going to pop into Marseille. There's a ferry that leaves about every half an hour, and it's like a 20-minute trip. And there's a couple of things I want to do in Marseille, so that's where we're off to today. I don't usually put my stickers anywhere because it feels like graffiti vandalism or whatever, but that's a legit place. Well, that was kind of funny. The guy said, "Do you have a ticket?" in French. And I'm like, "No, I will buy it on the boat." And he's like, "Oh, no. Shh, go. This is the same mooring technique where you just fix the back of the boat on and leave the engine running, which kind of forces the boat onto the side, which is what I was doing when I was going through the big locks. So I'm not doing anything wrong, it's just a little different. There we go. Casting off. Was actually a huge boat fail. The guy was going way too fast and ignored the wake of this boat. I heard a scream. I think someone just bounced around in the back of the boat. I don't think they fell overboard, but not clever. Well, this is Marseille. Marseille is one of the biggest marinas anywhere on the Med. I mean, it's huge. They probably have 1,800 mooring spaces here. It's big. Big and busy. It's so busy, I kind of avoided it. I could have come here, but I don't know. I kind of like my little place over on the island. And how do you get about when you're in Marseille? Well, it's too far to walk, but I don't need a cab. And the metro doesn't really go where I need it to go. So you just get a little Lime scooter thing. You book it on your app, and then you get to the Lime scooter. You scan starting ride, wakes up the little scooter, and we are a ride in progress. It's that simple. I really love this. And that cost about €3. So that's good. And as we're in Marseille, I thought I would do something that's very French, very culturally significant.